Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Nick Baldwin from Lab Coat Agents, and I was extremely loud just now. I just scared my wife when I made that announcement. I am here with Monty Pratt from Jack Pratt Signs. Monty is one of the premier real estate sign designers. Jack Pratt Signs has been around for, how long has Jack Pratt Signs been around for, Monty?
Well, my granddad started this back in 1950, and so what, 60, almost 67 years.
Good, because I was going to say like 100. I was going to say 100 years. So sometimes you corrected me and then I didn't say that. But what we're going to do is, if you guys have ever been curious as to how, we see so many agents these days with such custom signs, right? What we're going to do is, if you guys have ever been curious as to how, hold on, I have some feedback. That you custom signs, right? What we're going to do is, if you guys have ever been curious as to how. Hey, Monty, I think you have some feedback on your end, buddy.
Wow, that was me.
That was you. Yeah, keep your volume down. Turn off the stream on your end there. You're good. Okay. So anyway, we had a little feedback there. Sorry about that. So anyway, if you guys have ever wondered, how these signs get to be so custom and how they're created, now we're going to show you. Monty does these sign design consults with his clients, but we're going to do it for you live in Lab Coat Agency. Get a little taste of how it's done. And Monty, tell us a little bit what's different about your signs, because I know the materials are different. Higher end material. So tell us the difference.
Well, my grandfather decided back when we started making signs that he would rather make a sign as durable as possible, because he couldn't live with the fact of someone coming up to him and telling him that they're not holding up. So we have specialized in 20 gauge steel powder coated signs, and what makes that different from the rest is, first, the steel signs are a much more heavy duty material, for one. Second is our method of printing, the digital print that is applied to the signs. We apply a powder coated clear coat, and we call it powder clear. That is unique, and as far as I know, nobody puts that kind of an application on their sign panels. And I'm fairly confident that the way that most of the other outfits, their methods, first, I know they're not powder coated, and second, that some don't even put a powder coat. So really, it's only as good as the clear coat, because aside from the design, because everyone wants their sign to look as great and be branded for their business as much as possible, if it won't last any more than 3 to 6 months, what good is it? So quality has always been our staple. Getting in with the Keller Williams network has allowed us to evolve into our design area, and that is one of the distinguishing factors about our signs is the design, because all you agents all want the same thing. You all want something different, but you don't know what you want until you see it, and that's where live design came from, what we're getting ready to do.
All right, well, let's get right into it. I see this amazing logo on your screen. Who does that belong to? It looks like
that belongs to Mr. Nick Baldwin. Oh wait, that's you.
Oh,
all right.
I've heard things.
Yeah. Okay. First off, you guys, this is we work in Adobe Illustrator. Illustrator is a vector-based program, as opposed to Photoshop, which is raster-based. Well, what's the difference? I'll show you. This image here of the Keller Williams logo is vector art. The Nick Baldwin logo is raster art. Now you see it, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't. Talking about just the Nick Baldwin logo here. Here it is, and it's gone. But the vector art, it's still there. You can see it's line art. I can pull this anchor point, and I can do whatever I want with it. And it's scalable. So what I'm going to do is show you one of the things that we can do is convert your raster image to a vector. Now, in Illustrator, there's this little function called image trace. You could click that and then say expand and then whip. There it is, all right? But if you notice, it doesn't capture the detail that you would need, all right? So I'm going to basically do a combination of it. I'm gonna image trace it, expand it, and then I'm gonna trace and pretty much draw the logo and type in the words Nick Baldwin and Associates as opposed to having it all miscombobulated. So let's just do that. Nick Baldwin and Associates. That is Helvetica. What is that? That is Helvetica. That is Helvetica medium or bold. Helvetica. Let's try bold. And by the way, we're going to be doing this at Family Reunion coming up here in Las Vegas. Myself with my 2 other designers. And, well, again, it allows you to get your signs in your listings quicker. Isn't it? And medium, I think that might be light. It is light. And so there it is. Now, I'm going to create this into outlines. Let me blow that out. Nick, does that look pretty close to yours? Mine's on the left. It's looks pretty close. There's one little, yeah,
wow.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, it's actually perfect. I think it's pretty similar, pretty close, yeah.
Another thing that distinguishes us is by doing this live design, I'm not, nor are my artists like most designers. And I can say this because I am a designer. I actually don't think of myself as a designer. I think of myself more as a small business owner with a little pet called graphic design. But you're not going to hurt my feelings. Like, Nick, if I'm going in a direction that you just think is just ridiculous, I'm not going to cry. You know, I love feedback. I need feedback, as we all should. And so now what I'll do, since that didn't even take 2 minutes, I'm going to go over to my template. Nick, I'm going to design for you a 30 by 24. You are in New Jersey. I presume you hang your signs from a post. Is that correct? I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, got you now.
Yeah, yes, I do. My signs are on a post, yes, in the front yard of the house.
All right. The fact that you are with Keller Williams does allow you more latitude and freedom for your branding. There are certain requirements that we here at Jack Pratt are privy to. We do signs for a number of market centers in the New Jersey area. Where's my, here it is. And so I believe you are required to have your DBA name on your signs.
So I have to have my full name on the sign, like my full birth name, my full license name on the sign, yeah.
All right. What is the DBA of your market center?
Oh, so my market center is NJ Metro Group. NJ Metro Group.
All right.
Oh yeah, I do need that on there, yeah.
Yes, you do. And all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Now, on the record, a DBA name that has 12 letters or more is supposed to be stacked, but there are always, come here. I would imagine that it looks like this. Would I be correct?
Yeah, it does. Does it look like that?
Yes. As opposed to this.
Yeah, it looks like that. It's on top.
Yeah, they're not. It's not on top. It's all one line.
This is the artwork that we get from International. DBA name that is 12 characters or more, supposed to look like that. But we can fudge it, and there are, even though International has really done a good job in reining in the standards and identity requirements with, so that there's some continuity to the yard signs for all agents and market centers. There are always exceptions. So on the record, you would you are required to have 33% of your sign KW red. That is on the record. Off the record, if you do not want, that is 33%. Off the record, if you don't want it, I am not in the business of declining service. If you want your signs pink and purple because your last name is Pinky Perp, whatever, then you wrap up your whole identity in pink and purple, and you cannot excommunicate yourself from that, we'll design it. I'll design anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your problem.
It's the problem of if you wanted pink and purple, you would just have to get approval from your team leader, and that's essentially it. What I'm gonna do is just a basic layout. What's your phone number that you want on your sign?
973 901 0446.
All right. Being that you are back to the New Jersey, your office phone number is required. And what I do is it's got to be conspicuous.
That looks good, man.
What's your, thank you.
You get my market center number, right?
Yeah.
973 783 7400, I believe.
Okay.
Let me just double check that, because
No problem.
I don't call my market center very often.
Well, I'll race you.
Are you looking it up?
In a metro group. Yeah, that's it.
Oh man, I was right. Good.
And this is something else. I mean, we I don't like the grass to grow under my feet, and I promise I'll keep my pithy quips to a minimum. But it's
Monty, that's what we love about you.
I want you to get a good experience out of working with us. And if I'm just going to sit back and say, you know what, you don't have vector art, and I'm just going to wait and not do anything until you get me what I need, that doesn't help anybody. I'm going to bring that down just below my guides, panel only, and panel only. Okay, but I don't want the graphics to go inside my holes, nor covered up by the grommet. So I'm going to put it about right there, which is fine. All right. Now, let's see. This is still a little large for my liking. So we're going to bring this down just a little bit. I feel like sometimes that guy that paints paintings on TV is like, let's make a nice little pretty website here, like a little tree right here.
Yeah, Bob Ross, I love that guy.
Yeah, Bob Ross. That's it.
We'll just have a nice little logo here.
Yeah.
We're just gonna make this compliant.
What's your website?
www.sellingmontclairenj.com.
Montclair.
Yep, nj.com.
I like doing it when the website here's okay. There's the right way, there's the wrong way, and then there's the way I do it. Okay, when you left justify your information that now International has kind of pigeonholed us to do with the nature of their logo being left justified. I prefer to leave off the www when it's left justified. Now, if we were to center it, I would do it like this.
I like the way it looks there, though.
This is really clean. The pendulum, the design pendulum, if you will, has swung or is swinging back towards less is more. Minimalist, not a lot of cake and watermelon and over gradiated shadows and you know, heavy stroke weights and all that stuff, which I'm guilty of doing back, you know, when we first started this. Back when we became a vendor in 2002. So for instance, if we wanted to center it, because your logo is centered, most, if not, I would say a good 90% of most signage is centered. It's just easier to read. I'm not going to question why. I mean, an eye chart is centered. I don't know why. It probably because it's easier on the eyes. So what Keller Williams has done with developing their KW logo left justified is about the boldest move from a design standpoint that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That doesn't look right. What the heck? That's a V in there. All right. So I'll minimize the www and the .com so that I can make your actual. I'm going to take the leading out or the kerning because we want it readable. Yes, we want to brand the agent. Yes, you want your logo big. Yes, you want to have the omni branding approach, which is your signs look like your website, look like your business cards, and so on and so forth. God, I just lost my train of thought. I can usually walk and chew gum at the same time, or chew and walk gum, whichever way. But this, I don't know. I mean, both of these are good, with the one being left justified.
I'm going to ask my wife which one she likes better, because you made a really interesting point about left justified, or you said KW made a big.
Oh yeah. So
move.
I like the left.
So okay, thank you.
I actually think I like the one on the left better.
Wait, yeah, I like this
You're
one.
right. Yeah.
And I like the way, because you know what it is with my logo, because of the pitch of the roof and the NB in the middle, and it looks more streamlined with the phone number and then the website being, I don't talk design, but I think I like the way it just kind of goes from top to bottom all the way down. And then I like the left justified for the KW NJ Metro Group logo.
Well, like it or not like it, that's the way it is.
Right. I mean, I like the way it looks on that sign.
Sure. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do 100% here. What I'm taking your logo, put a transparency watermark on it. That'll be one thing. Let's see. How about 10? And then I'm gonna now I'm going to put the spit shine on it now. Let's see here. I'm gonna put okay, another way, right way, wrong way. My way is what I'm doing right now. You've got to be very careful with shadowing. Now, on the record, Keller Williams doesn't want you to use any shadowing or over embellishing. However, if you can see that, you have really good eyes.
The shadowing? I can see
yes.
the shadowing.
I mean, I put a, what did I put on that? I put a 20% opacity on your shadow, which means it's barely there. I mean, you can barely see it. I think I might want to put your phone number in black. That might pop a little bit more. Let's keep this chilling over there. Let's bring this down just a little bit. I want good separation between your, what I would call three different three different graphic elements. Your branding at the top, your contact information, and then the KW info. Now, we can put this on a black background and just see what that looks like. Most of the time when I do a live design, or not just me, but any of my designers, we really never know how a project is going to turn out. You just have to jump right into the creative process. And, oh, come on, here we go. And let's take out these guys. The black is pretty slick. I'm gonna grab some.
The black is nice. It's hard to choose.
It is. I'll try to keep you guys engaged with my pontificating as I design, because there's, you know, I'm in the middle of training some designers right now, and for them to be able to work with a real estate agent, well, that's at the heart of my training process. But another is to try to keep the client engaged in conversation so that they feel like, you know, they're really part of the creative process. All right, I want to try this. Have you heard about the party that's going on Sunday night in Las Vegas?
I have not. Which one is that?
In the vendor hall. It's kind of like I would call it a pub crawl, like what International has done in the past, but instead of having it out and about, they're having it in the vendor hall. And so there'll be a boxing ring between me and my competitors. We're going to put gloves. I'm kidding.
I would pay to see that.
I know you would. I think a lot of people would. But that'll never happen.
Oh, the black looks really good now that it's all cleaned up.
It is. And this is, let's see here. What I would, let's see, this is all grouped. Okay. Now I want to put about a 5 opacity on that, and then expand it, and then fiddle around with it and get it. Because I want it to pop, all right? I want what you want and what everyone wants is to have their brand pop, have that wow pop factor. And that, there we go. That's, can make that about more like that. And like that. That's pretty darn slick. Now there is one other background. Where did I her? Right here. I just did this live design for this lady. She's up in Maine, Ann Plummer. She is no longer with Keller Williams. But like with all designs, you just take some elements. It's not copying anything or anyone. I'm going to get rid of this one. It's basically trying to maximize your area.
I like the way in the black, the white, there's like a white light kind of like glowing around it.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this two backgrounds, it's kind of got a texture to them. The one on the left is what we call white linen. The other one is black linen. And yeah, I mean, again, when we powder coat with the clear on this, think of a brand new car in a showroom, and in this instance, a black car, where you get right up on it, it's almost got a depth where you can almost see through the car. That is because of the clear coat, and that's what we realized when we fixed the problem before and started powder coating the signs. Is that, wow? I mean, these look really almost too good. Yeah, if you could say that, too good. Minimalist designs, I would say, would be these on the bottom. I'd say it's all pretty much minimalist. And that would be it. Now from here, what we do is give you a little bit more realistic idea of what the sign is going to look like on location when you put them.
Oh, really? That's going to be cool.
Yeah. Bear with me here. Here's my frames and posts. Do you use a white or a black post, Nick?
We use a white post.
We manufacture ours. Most people have a service, and this might look really, really good. I'm a fan of the black because they hide a lot of dirt.
Yeah.
The white has a tendency to really show everything. All right, so that's,
wow, that looks really good.
yeah.
I like the black too.
And then from here, what we include in the live design is a directional sign. And again, what you're wanting is continuity across the board, which absolutely includes any directional signs. Do you do open houses? Do you do open houses, Nick? Well, if he doesn't, then I'm sure anybody listening in is very familiar with directional signs and the utility that they serve, and would agree that a custom open house sign reinforces your brand. Let's see. Make sure that is. I'm going back to 5. All right. on open house signs, you know what if we did this? On corrugated plastic signs, we do not put a full bleed on it. They tend to get thrown around a lot. And because of the nature of its, well, corrugated plastic, it's not a long-lasting product. A lot of people like it. Not bleeding it out to the edge will actually help your signs look and stay, they'll look better longer. And there's the Metro. And when the KW logo is on a black background, you want to use a red KW, white DBA name, and then I'll go ahead and make all of this the 20% black. And a phone number on yard signs is probably a good idea. I'm a fan of less is more, especially when it comes to directionals, because all you really want to do is say, hey, turn here, which reminds me, I need an arrow. And go down and follow the yellow brick road and get to my listing so you can see the house. That's the primary objective, to get people to your listings. Where am I? Symbols, brushes. I want arrows, standard. And I am kind of on a little trend. I kind of like the, what do you call this? You call it a chevron arrow. So black background, we'll make that white. On the nuggets. And I'll just put your phone number somewhere. I would probably put it right here. Put it in the same, what is that, light? I might put it in thin. I mean, what do you think, Nick? As far as information, information on your directional signs.
Phone number.
I've always said less is more.
Yeah.
I want to listen to what you guys think.
I mean, honestly, I think less is more, especially on directionals. You want to lead them somewhere to get more information. So I don't want to put too much on there, but phone number, that I think all that looks good. Yeah, I definitely want my cell phone number somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Maybe right above the NJ Metro Group logo.
How about right here?
Oh, that looks good too. Yeah. Or in the middle. Yeah, in the middle. Like right under the arrows. Yeah, I like that too.
I'm gonna not put your watermark on the directionals because that would just be another graphic to contend with, kind of. I'm gonna reflect these. Arrows are a tricky thing. I've printed my share of arrows on signs pointing the opposite way. That's I'm talking like rackfuls of signs. You only learn through your mistakes. That would be.
That looks fantastic.
That looks pretty good right there. Just for shiggles, I'll put this on a black post just so you can see what it would look like. And let me grab my I'm gonna grab a. Do you use A-frames or the little wire stakes for your open house signs? Not, I mean, regardless if you need them.
Yeah, I
actually, I'm gonna offer you a deal you can't refuse. You're gonna love it.
I use A-frames, but what do you got?
Well, I'll show you. I'm gonna go into Photoshop because it's a lot easier to. I'm gonna put your sign in here. And let's see, save that. I'm gonna place it right inside this little sucker.
Ooh, that looks nice.
It's easier to do this in Photoshop to get the perspective right.
Yeah.
You can probably scale it in Illustrator, but old habits, you know. And so there's a rendering of what that could look like. Next A-frame, render, boom. And so here's that. Next A-frame. Right here. Of course, the A-frames aren't as big as the posts. They're about like that. All right. Riders. Everybody needs riders. Again, we specialize in custom, and I think it helps the overall aesthetics of your. I'm going to get rid of these two guys.
Yeah.
And what about the white one? You want me to keep that one chilling, or?
I love the black ones. The black.
I love black too.
Yeah, I think. Let's just go with the black. It just looks so good.
You got it. All right, so we got black, and we got it on a white post. Come here. All right, so what we want to do is we want to reinforce your brand and keep the thieves away from ripping off your riders, and that's what this can do.
I can put my logo on the rider. That's cool.
You know it. come here. And I like putting it into what I call a pipette logo form, which is basically your logo and then a little line. And then sold. Now, we can do this. What I'm going to suggest is that we split it and make this red on white.
Hey Monty, so we use under contract riders. Can you do one of those? Yeah, they're weird around here about what type of riders we're allowed to use for that stuff.
And that's and that is the nature of yeah, I completely understand. There is a lot of obligation that real estate agents must accept, is to be very familiar about your state and local, if any, community regulations or guidelines. You know what those are. We are trying our best to become fully aware of what everybody's states and requirements are. We don't know everybody's, but we know quite a few. That looks pretty tight.
Oh, that looks amazing. Look at that. I'm just showing my wife. How good does that look? I want.
What you do? I think I like the white.
I like the white.
Yeah, the white under contract.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That is a tough one.
Well, hold on. If we did this white and this black and make that, all right. That might be it. I think that might be it.
Yeah, that looks. Oh yeah, that does look good. I like the. I like the what? I think I like the white and red. It's a nice contrast.
Yep. And that's what you want. As far as your riders, you want your riders to be contrasting to your yard sign. A lot of people say, no, I want an all black sign and I want all black riders. Well, okay. But the riders are used to advertise certain amenities that you want to mention and use the utility of a rider to get that message across. So you want the rider to stick out like a sore thumb. Actually, you want everything to stick out like a sore thumb. Maybe not a sore thumb, just stick out. I think I'm I'm good with those. And I think that is what we're going to want. We're going to want this and that red. And then that will go. This will go. This will all be black with, no, it won't be black. Why did I do that? Yeah, yes, it is black. That goes Histoire. Red, white to the front. And there you go. There it is. With your open house signs. How long did that take?
That took like 30 minutes.
Yeah. We do logo development. If someone wants a logo or isn't pleased with their logo.
That looks fantastic. Are you just gonna mail me all these things, Monty?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just give them to you for free. You know,
okay, cool.
Just name your price. You know, however many you want.
Awesome.
I'm kidding.
How much does this stuff? Tell everyone what this costs, because now I want to buy all of it.
Sure. You can find all the pricing at jackpratt.com. Or a better website would be kw.jackpratt.com. That is where you can find all of our pricing. Now, what we just did is what we call a live design. And that is, what's going on here? Hold on. A live design, what we did, costs $90. And I will show you on my website where you can find all of that. Right here. kw.com. Click on this family reunion and schedule a live design while we're in Vegas. But you want to click on all signed products, and you get the pricing all right here. Okay? Defaults to KW residential. We do luxury. We do commercial. We do GPS. We do directionals, riders, frames, and posts. And all of the pricing is listed here. Okay? The live design, what we did is what we call a white glove. And it's a $90 value. And it contemplates doing a screen session, a screen sharing session with your logo and with your photo. If you want your photo, we can Photoshop out the background and we can place it on your sign. That's a $90 value. For those that don't have a logo but want a logo, we do logo development, and that would be our 5-star. It's $250. It contemplates making a logo, sending you all of your logos in the various formats that you would ever want to need. Vector and raster images, high res, and a custom sign design. Now, in all live design sessions, a directional and rider sign, those are included at no extra cost because I'm here. I'm designing it. It took as long as it took for us to, it took half the time to design your riders as it did to do everything else. So if you want to readdress the issue and come back and get another live design for directionals or riders, there will be a charge. Most likely the white glove, because we wouldn't need to recreate your logo. And to see all of our logos that we offer is in our design studio. You can watch a little video here, and you can watch that later. Let's get to design options. And these are the logos that we have in our library that we can take and put in your name, your team name, your group name, and put this logo mark of the RF and place it on this letter style or on this letter style. We can switch up the colors. What this does is streamline the creative process in logo development. Okay.
You can help build a logo right then and there.
Absolutely. And to show you, like if you liked it, and if you weren't for whatever reason that jazzed about your logo and just fell in love with one of ours, it would go time me. I think I could do this inside of 5 minutes. Where am I going? Here. Okay. When are you getting to Las Vegas, Nick?
I'm getting there. When are we getting there? Monday morning. When do we get in? Like 11 o'clock.
You're gonna miss the party.
Oh yeah, I know. But we're gonna have the lab coats party Monday night.
Oh, I'll be there.
Oh, I know. That you just made me a new logo in 2 minutes.
Well, it's not quite ready yet. Has it been 2 minutes already? All right, we'll do something like this. And we want to do that, and this, and that, and whoop, that, and that. And then we'll make this. I'm talking like, what's his name? The painter guy? What's his name? That sounds like
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, yeah.
Put some nice little trees in there.
I can do that. Oh, so happy trees. Happy trees. All right. Transparency gradient is that. Transparency is that. And then we'll do so when the designer knows what to do, and you've been doing it, every day for about the last, 15 years, it's not hard. It's not that this is hard. It's just, it'd be like me trying to work in InDesign, which I've never used. I've launched the program once, and it was like going into a black hole. But once you know, and then you just build it out.
I can't believe you just made me a new logo in like under 10 minutes. It looks good. Monty, I got to jump off in a couple minutes.
That's it. We can fiddle around till the cows come home on the different letter styles, but
That
that's basically, that's the value you get with working with us here.
Yeah.
Is we're invested in your brand because when you look good, we look good. Keller Williams looks good. It's a double-edged sword. You know, yes, they have more latitude to allow for agent branding, but if you practice poor branding, it reflects poorly on your brokerage, and that's not what they want. It's not what anyone wants. So a few quick tips. When you're taking your picture, if you want your picture on your phone, leave your pets at home. Wear contrasting clothing, black and white. The colors on the sign will accentuate your photo. So because if you wear like a red shirt, it could clash with the red on your sign or whatever color that your brokerage has. So good contrasting colors, I would recommend black and white, and make it fun. And set aside a time block, because everything now is all about time blocking. You go to our website and set up like that, and well, you can see for yourself how long it took. It doesn't take long. And it's a fun process. We're building your brand. We're making you more memorable, and it's exciting, as it should be. So, Nick, I really just want to thank you for letting me do this, and I hope this was enjoyable to you and some value to everybody watching.
Yeah, and I'll repost it in the group, and I'll send it out to everyone so they can take a look at it. I thought it was really fun to watch, and it was cool to see, like, you know, nothing turn into something that looks really beautiful. And Monty, save those designs for me, because I'm gonna call you. I gotta order them.
You got it. I'll get these out as soon as you want to need them.
All right, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Hey, you bet. Look forward to seeing you in Vegas.
All right, you too, man. Thanks.
Hey, you bet.